Believe this about God. He will not brush you away. He will not brush you off. He will not break you. He will not extinguish you. He will not disappoint you. He will not disregard you. No matter how small or significant your voice, it matters to God. For I love the Lord because He hears me. David said in Psalm 116, verse 1, I love the Lord because He hears me. He hears my cry. He inclines His ear to me. Therefore, I shall call upon Him as long as I live. You see, because He has inclined His ear to me, you got to believe that about Him. Therefore, I'll call upon Him as long as I live. If you don't believe that He'll incline His ear towards you, if you don't believe He has His ear inclined to you right now, you won't call upon Him. But if you believe that He's inclined His ear to you, you'll call upon Him. And the Bible says, whoever calls upon Him will not be ashamed, will not be disappointed. Romans chapter 10, verse 12 says that. Look at this. He says, whoever calls, He says there's no distinction between Jew and Greek. For the same Lord is Lord of all, abounding in riches for whoever, for all who call on Him. And whoever calls on the name of the Lord, verse 13, will be saved. But how can they call on Him in whom they've not believed? And how can they believe in Him whom they have not heard? And how can they hear without a preacher? And how can they preach unless they're sent? You see, this is how the gospel solves everything. This is how the gospel settles the score. This is how the gospel deals with injustice. This is how the gospel deals with your pain. Jesus comes and you call on Him. He's inclined His ear towards you. He's the great high priest. He will not disregard your cry. He will not disregard your pain. He will not disregard your hurt. He will not disregard your bruises. People will, and they'll bruise you worse. But He will not brush you aside. Believe this about Him. This is how you win the war within. You got to believe that He's good. You got to believe that He's got His ear inclined. You got to believe that He will not brush you aside. You got to believe He will set things right. Steadily and firmly, He will set things. Everybody can relate to this. We all feel that there's been mistreatment. But once people start treating everybody equally, it doesn't make the pain that's already in there go away. But Jesus makes the pain go away.